Good afternoon and welcome to our Monday mix with a difference. So, most of the kids were supposed to go back to school today, although some of them started to drift in last week, and then we have a red rainstorm. But today, we have the kids here to share about their school experience, how school is in under the COVID different measures. So, without further ado, I am being taken over by Alana.
Thank you, Ruth. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alana and delighted to be here today to take over Ruth's regular Monday mix. I'm a year 10 student studying here in Hong Kong in an international school. Today, with a wonderful group of international students, we're answering some of the most asked questions about all things lockdown, online school, and what it's like to finally go back to school. Today, we're also lucky to have an amazing group of students, Annabelle, Natalia, Harry, Ritsu and Tetsu, all ranging between 9 to 15. And don't forget, if you have any comments, make sure to put them in the comments down below and we'll be answering them later. So first up, we have a very special guest, Annabelle, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone. I'm not sure if you can see me or not, but my name is Annabelle. I am 10 years old and now in grade 6.
Hi, Annabelle. So how are you, first of all?
First of all, I'm very good. Thank you for asking, Alana.
So how are you enjoying it being back at school? So I know you started school back today. So what is it like?
I'm not sure. It definitely takes a lot of getting used to.
Yeah, I
And
totally agree.
but in a way, I feel like I'm just trying to be as positive as I can to get
Yeah,
through to the days until like the last day of school, and just trying to like think of it as a regular day, just except with the mask on.
yeah, that's really good. So I'm just going to go through a few questions with you. They're really simple. So first of all, I'm going to ask you about transport. So how are you getting to school any day? And are there any like certain rules that you have to follow?
So actually, I'm going to school on a school bus, and
Yeah,
there are quite a few social distancing measures because of the coronavirus, and it's actually not as different compared to other days. It's just like, we can sit wherever we want, just we need to be careful of social distancing measures.
yeah, yeah. Totally understand that. So like for me, I take the public bus to school, and I'm finding it hard just to remember to keep my mask on, but it is really important to follow those rules. So I totally agree what you're saying is really true. So how are you finding? I know you touched base on this earlier, but how are you finding it wearing a mask every day? So I know today's only your first day, but what was it like wearing a mask today?
I feel quite used to it because it's kind of like other days where you just go out for a simple walk and
Yeah,
just have a mask on. It's just like I feel quite used to it already, but
yeah,
at school I feel like it's a bit more getting used to, especially for like not taking it off except when
yeah.
eating.
Yeah, I imagine because when you go out, you can take it off when you get home. It's only a couple of
Yes.
hours going out, but with school, it's quite a long hours of like 6 hours of wearing a mask the full day. So it must be hard wearing a mask. I totally agree because
Yes.
I wear glasses, and as you could tell, with the mask they steam up, and that can be quite difficult. So, are there any like main rules in the classroom that you need to follow? So, do you need to sit 1 meter apart? Is there a maximum amount of people on the table? What do you have to follow?
So there are quite a few rules, yes. So for example, one of them is when we go to the classroom, we need we need to just like there's like we split the tables. We split the
Yeah,
tables so there are like a few people, and also we just need to sit in the seats so there are not enough people. And also, since my school, we do it like some children do distance learning, some children go back to school,
yeah,
and then it goes alternate days. So today I went back to school, and the other classes went back home for distance learning. And and yeah, so we got to open the doors to
Yeah.
like the different classrooms alternate. So we technically had a bit more space for the social distancing measures.
Yeah, it must be nice to have that sort of more room where you
Yes.
could have that 1 meter apart or more to go and do your things. Because it can be hard when you're wanting to go see your friends, but obviously you've got to keep that 1 meter distance
Yes.
and making sure that you stay away from other people. But actually, one of my questions was, are you staying at school for the full day or is it half day? Because I know some kids in Hong Kong are only doing the half day but going every single day. Are you going in every day or is it only alternating days?
I'm also doing alternating days.
Yeah,
As I said for the previous question, some
yeah,
kids in school go for distance learning, just like for today and for, I'm not sure, Wednesday and Friday, for example.
yeah,
And the other two classes, which is one of my classes, went back to school
yeah.
today on Monday.
That's nice. It must be nice to go back to school on a Monday as you can
Yes.
start the week off fresh and ready to go back to school. But it will be nice for the kids going back to school tomorrow to also experience the same experience that you experienced today.
Yes.
So for me, when I'm in the classroom, I have to obviously I am in a secondary school here in Hong Kong. We have to sit 1 meter apart. We're allowed two people at the table. Some of the classrooms can be a bit cramped, so it is quite hard. Um, just have to sanitize. I think the basic rules really anywhere you have to follow are in the classroom as well.
Yes.
So would you actually prefer to only do half days and go every day, or would you prefer alternating days that you're doing now?
Well, Alana, that's actually a really good question to ask
Yeah.
because sometimes I actually quite enjoy distance learning more myself. And
Yeah.
because I feel like it's amazing how we can do so much more online than we expect to because we don't spend so much time online. And so yeah, I feel like alternate days is also a very balanced measure. So we so it's like not too much school, not too much distance learning, but also just like being hygienic as well for
Yeah.
this COVID-19.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think I wouldn't mind both, but I think it'd be quite a new experience to experience going in for half day as we never
Yeah.
really experienced going only for like holidays we experienced half day, but I never really experienced going in for half day. But at the moment I'm really enjoying going in like the alternating days as you get to experience those balance of both. So, does anyone have any questions for Annabelle here, our guest today, in the chat? I'll wait a few seconds for you to put the questions in. But if not, we'll move on to two mini duo, Harry and Natalia. So, thank you so much, Annabelle, for having you on this live stream today. We really appreciate it. So, hi, Natalia and Harry.
Hi.
Would you like to quickly introduce yourself with your age and your year? So, Harry, you can go up first.
I'm Harry. I'm 9 years old and I'm in year 5.
Hi, I'm Natalia. I'm 12 years old and I'm in year 7.
So, have you guys both started school today?
Yes.
Yes.
I am.
That's nice.
Oh, Wednesday. So I started
Yeah.
before Harry.
Oh, that's cool. So, I'll start off with Natalia first. So, these are just some easy questions that you can answer. So, Natalia, would you prefer to stay home until after the summer, or are you finding this new school learning okay?
Personally, I think going back to school has been great and I found it all right, even though we have to follow different safety measures, but that's for
Yeah.
everybody's health. But still, I think it's better than distance learning because you get to be in a school environment, which is sometimes a lot easier to learn in.
Yeah, especially if you have, for me in senior school, we have more like physical subjects like drama and media and design technology where you have to really get hands on the subject. So it is nice to be back for me to get that more one-on-one learning with the like materials in the classroom. So yeah. What happens when you get to school? Like, do they take your temperature? I know for me, we go through little temperature measurements and go round the school a different way to get into the classrooms. So what do you do to, what happens when you get to school?
So I get the school bus, and when we get off the bus, there we have hand sanitizer that everybody has to use to
Yeah.
hands. We have our temperatures taken, and group by group we go up the staircase. Obviously, not having everybody at the same time
Yeah.
to give us space for everybody to social distance.
Yeah, that's exactly the same for me. Like we go through the cameras and like the temperature things, hand sanitizer. I think it's mainly the same for a lot of schools in Hong Kong, as they are following the same EDB rules across Hong Kong. So have you noticed a lot of change around school? So obviously there are a lot of things with like taking turns with different years, but what are the main things you have noticed that have changed?
We at our school, some facilities are closed, so we
Yeah.
can't go and use them at the same time just to prevent everybody from touching the same things. We have designated stairwells so we don't all spread out, and yeah.
I think it's really good because I think the schools have been a lot more like hygienic. I think people have been more hygienically aware across the school, which has been really good. As like it's been a lot cleaner, a lot more. Just people being more aware. I think totally. What is your favorite thing about being back to school? So whether it's seeing your friends or doing a certain subject, what is your favorite thing about being back at school?
I think just back learning in a school environment with other people where you can ask
Yeah,
questions, get other people's opinions, work in groups, although not so much now. But
yeah.
it's definitely good to be back at school.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Natalia. We'll keep you on for Harry. So, hi, Harry.
Hello.
So, you started back at school, am I right?
Yeah.
So, do you feel happy and safe being back at school?
I feel happy, but at the same time, it's like safe, but at home,
Yeah,
I feel like it's safe as well, but both are really safe. But school is nice.
yeah, I totally agree. Do you have any extra homework to catch up on anything? Like, have your teacher or your school have provided you with any like extra homework that you have to do that you've missed? What are you doing to catch up with any work?
No, our teachers haven't set us any extra homework.
Yeah, that's pretty good because I think we have been working really hard over this period of time of making sure that we're catching up with work. So I think only if you really need to do things for exams, especially if you're a lot older, I think it would only be necessary to have the work. But I think if you're a lot younger, I think doing the online school has been quite good and it's been quite a balance of getting the work done that's needed. So overall, have you enjoyed your online learning experience?
Um, it's been okay. Like sometimes, it's okay, but like your devices could distract you. But
Yeah,
it's not. It's like it's good on work because it you could do more online. When at school, you got to do it more on paper when you're like on with a pencil. So
yeah,
I
that must be nice.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that must be nice because I think it's a lot more direct because obviously your teachers can see it a bit more easily of what you're doing because you can just on like Google Drive or some school material, you can send the work directly to them. So I think it can be a lot quicker for people to send work. So, do you think your transition today was easy or was it quite hard? Like, was going back to school hard, like waking up and getting ready to go to school, or was it quite easy for you to get back into your routine of going to school?
It was quite easy.
Yeah,
But the routine, like staying 1 meter, like
yeah,
everybody was clear about that. But like when we were like not focused and doing some work, it was like people always forgot it, and then it's really hard to get back on focus. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it can be quite easy to forget things, even like for people that are in their last years of school. Even people, they forget that they're doing social distancing, and they will get closer. Then there's like that reminder of moving away. But it can be hard because you do want to go off and play with your friends and go hang out and go and enjoy your lunchtime or break time. So it can be hard. So last question for you, Harry. What have you been doing to stay active while you've been at home?
I've normally been running because I've not been playing with my brother, like playing
Yeah,
football with my friends. So like I've normally been going to my friend's house to play football to
that's
um
nice.
to like get active. So yeah.
Yeah. So has your school been doing anything to make sure you've been doing like PE or like physical
Yeah,
education things?
but they just told us that it's like low impact games like
Yeah.
table tennis or like badminton. So yeah, they've done something.
I think it's quite hard because everyone lives in different environments. Some people live in apartments, some people live in massive houses, some people live in flats. So I think it's quite hard because they've got to make sure they balance out. Whether in school you have massive playgrounds and basketball courts and different quads that you can go use. So at home they've got to really like think of what everyone will have. So any last and final questions for Harry and Natalia? Okay, so Andrew said, what do you miss about attending lessons online at school? So Natalia, you can answer this, or Harry, you can answer this too.
I think online lessons at home, sometimes you can have a bit more flexibility if you have maybe recorded lessons that teachers have done, if you've missed work. But at school, it's a lot harder to catch up on
Yeah,
what you've missed because you've got set timetables and you can't suddenly push back a lesson to allow you to continue doing work. Sometimes that might be a bit harder, but yeah, and it's also we don't get to see each other a lot more. That was something that we enjoyed during the online lessons because we had breaks together and we could like, play games and stuff,
yeah.
relax. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it. It was really nice to be talking to you guys and getting your opinion about this whole situation that's going on. So thank you, Natalia and Harry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So next up, we actually have two twins that are both the same age and both in the same year. It is Ritsu first up coming up. So hi, Ritsu.
Hi, my name is Ritsu. I'm 10 years old and I'm in year 6.
Thank you. So how are you enjoying being back at school? So I know you started today, but I think your brother starts tomorrow. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
So what are you enjoying being back at school?
Like probably being with my friends.
Yeah.
Like before, when I used to be with my friends, I used Hangouts and sometimes it was a little like laggy.
Yeah. So first question for you, are you happy that you're able to see your friends again finally after this long period of time?
Yeah, like we can finally like see each other in like person instead of like Zoom.
Yeah, I think it's quite hard because like you will be like on Zoom, but I think it's a completely different experience to have to speak to them online compared to seeing them in person. But obviously, we do have to keep aware of like the social distancing. Okay, so what was one thing you enjoyed that you could do at home, but now you can't do at school?
Like before, I used to like finish my work, and
Yeah,
then like, in my free time, I like could play like video games with my friends.
yeah.
But like in school, like after you've like done your work, you have to do your finishing off or do some extra work.
Yeah, I think it's quite different because for some people once they've done their online classes, that's it. And you're able to be more flexible with things. So if you got the work, I think you could either do it really early in the morning, so you could get up really early and go and do it like at 8 a.m. Or some people leave it until the end of the day. I think it's really nice because you can be more flexible, but obviously being back at school is also really nice too. So what rules do you have to follow at school?
Well, so first is like the social distancing.
Yeah.
Whenever you enter the school, you have to like have your temperature taken by like a teacher,
Yeah.
and
Do you
then
have to wear a mask at school? I'm guessing
Yeah.
you do.
like
So,
you have to wear a mask,
oh, you can go.
and like basically when we're eating lunch, we have to like keep social distancing too.
So what do you do at lunchtime? Do you take your mask off? Do you have to like put it in like a plastic bag or a little folder while you're eating, or do you just like pull it down? Or what do you do?
At lunch, we just put a mask in like a folder or an envelope or a pocket.
Yeah, my school's provided us with like a little envelope thing, and we just slide it in there. Or if it's only quick snack, we can just pull it down. Like if we're having some water, we can just pull it down onto our neck and then do whatever we need. And then we just carry on with our day, making sure we have it up at all times. So when doing online school, did you have to do video calls or did you just have set work? So I heard you do Zoom calls, but were there also like set work that you had to do after those Zoom calls?
Well, like after Zoom calls, we just went to our work and did it. And
Yeah.
in the Zoom call, the teacher explains what we have to do first to make it
Yeah.
easy for us to understand.
Okay, thank you so much, Ritsu. So if anyone has any final questions for Ritsu, make sure to put the questions in the comments down below. And if not, we'll carry on with Tetsu, Ritsu's twin brother. Hi, Tetsu.
Hi.
So how are you?
Good.
I heard that you're not at school yet. You're starting tomorrow. So how are you feeling about going back to school tomorrow?
Maybe kind of sad.
Why is that?
I'm not really sure.
You're not really sure.
Well, it's just that I have to wake an hour earlier than wake up an hour earlier than Ritsu.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened to him this morning, and he was soaking a bit.
Yeah, I would get jealous too. If my sister did that as well. I think I'm a bit jealous because she's not at school at the moment, and I have to wake up really early in the morning as well. So we'll start off with a few questions. So I know you're not at school yet, but are you doing full days or half days that you know of?
Well, at school, we don't exactly do half days, but it's just 10 minutes shorter.
Yeah, that must be nice to get that 10 minutes extra, like shorter time, which you can spend. How do you sit in the classroom? So how is the classroom spread out?
Well,
So do you sit 1 meter apart?
I'm not really sure.
Oh yeah, because you're not at school yet. So I I imagine that you're going to be sitting, like Ritsu said, like kind of far apart. And I'm guessing you're around the same age as Annabelle, so I'm guessing they're going to be opening up the areas and having it all laid out properly. So what do you think? What is it like having more? What is it like at lunchtime when it was school before? And what was it like at online school? So what would you do in like your spare time? What would you do at lunchtime and break time? Would you go and have a snack, or would you just go and do whatever you like some fitness routine or something?
Well, at snack, we just eat our snack first and then we play, and same for lunch.
That was nice.
But then except we play first at lunchtime and then eat our lunch.
Yeah, I imagine there's going to be some slight change in your schedule tomorrow because obviously they have to be careful with other year groups clashing with each other and making sure like the stairway and all that things all sorted out. So what's your favorite thing about doing online school?
Maybe the fact that I can like turn off my camera.
Yeah.
Usually, when I need to go to the toilet and it's in the middle of the lesson, I think it's like a bit rude to not ask if I can go to the toilet.
Yeah.
So I just switch my camera off when I go.
Yeah, it can be a bit awkward to be like to your teacher, can I go to the bathroom, when technically you don't really need to ask, but it's a bit scary if your teacher's going to call out your name for like the next maths question or the next English question. I totally understand. So what do you think's going to happen tomorrow? How do you think you're going to feel tomorrow when you wake up? Like, how do you think you're going to feel? Do you think you'll be nervous? Do you think you'll be scared? Do you think you'll be excited to see your friends?
I'll probably be excited. I'll probably be excited and nervous.
So I think it'd be really nice to go and see your friends tomorrow. I mean, it is a bit hard when like sometimes I know your year group is split into two halves, like Ritsu's in the other half, like he went today. So it might be hard to not see everyone in your whole year group, but it will be nice to see like your classmates and your teacher. So thank you, boys, so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it. And before you go, do you have any final questions? Does anyone have any final questions for both boys, Ritsu and Tetsu? Okay, so will you miss staying at home, Tetsu?
I usually do my work on the bed and it's quite comfortable.
Yeah.
But
okay,
I
so
have to do my work on the toilet.
yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have. Does anyone have any final questions for anyone? You can ask me, or you can ask any of the other students here on the stream today. Does anyone have any final questions? Does anyone have any final to say? Anything about they would just like to add about what they said? I think that's all for today. So thank you all so much for coming. We really appreciate it. But make sure that next week there'll be Monday Mix with Ruth back on. She's taking back her spot on Monday Mix next week. So make sure to tune in as there'll be another whole discussion with her. So thank you guys so much for coming. Bye.
Bye.